Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Prop Show, number 9 today.
Number 9!
Coming up on the show this week, we talk ARIC, as in Australia ARIC. We chat to Stephen Brown, is in the house.
Hey,
Stephen Brown. Stephen will be chatting about Troy Malcolm when he spoke to him when he was over in Australia. We've got the Q&A for the Q&A feature. We've got Steve Says, and I don't know who's doing it this week.
What? Doing what?
Intro.
Do the
Not
intro.
me now. I'm not doing that. But
Come on,
Steve.
Shalom!
No.
Where's the crumble? It's Friday night dinner. Let's go!
Roll VT. Good start, yeah. Ever changing. So first off, welcome Stephen Brown.
Thank you for inviting me.
Everyone's got them. So,
Now I can see you all naked. I'm taking these off. Enough.
Okay.
Special 3D.
so yeah, that's a lot of specs today.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Sponsored by
Wando.
For the
Okay. Cool. So,
We're not really sponsored by it, by the way.
You got your order in then.
yeah.
If one don't want to sponsor us, give us money.
But no, thanks again for the glasses. That's the third week running we've thanked you, but we really do appreciate it.
I think they're the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
And Stephen, please take one away. Put it in your top
thank
pocket.
you.
Bang them in your skyrocket. Wear them.
John Paul's got a pair now, Matt Keats has got a pair now, and oh, look at that. Yellow blue combo.
Stevie B.
Okay, so let's kick off with, you've been over in Australia recently.
Hold on.
No?
Some people might not know who this guy is.
Okay. Who's Stephen Brown?
Who is
What's your
Who the
Stephen
hell
Brown?
are you?
I've got no idea. Who am I?
Let's ask Chris. Who's Stephen
Who
Brown?
Who's Stephen Brown,
Who am
Chris?
I?
Well, okay, Stephen Brown used to work for Green & Co, big famous London estate agents, as their training guru, all-round top bloke, and basically he's turned himself into a guru of estate agency training with particular specialities in prospecting.
Picking up the phone.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I've been on his Turn Your
Data
Data.
into gold.
Data. Simon
So
Wales.
we've got the Australian thing
Okay,
running.
okay.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
the best half-day course I've ever been on in my life.
Ooh,
Really?
Big praise.
You never
Big
know.
praise.
I may even sponsor this show now with words
Really?
like that. Who's these people?
We should come on the show. We should come on your course.
Yeah, I tell you what.
You're very
I tell you what. The
welcome.
prospecting course, so simple yet so effective. It's all about picking the phone up. You give some golden one-liners. So simple yet so effective.
Sure.
This is your best friend.
Yeah.
I know. It's
I've not got one of
amazing.
those.
It's amazing, isn't
Left
it?
it in the office.
Yeah.
Hello?
I'm very
Hello.
impressed.
Oh.
I should have left
Hello.
mine outside as well. But it's just amazing how many people fear this.
Well, it's actually the best bit of prop tech in the world is the telephone, isn't it? Pick
Yeah.
the bloody phone up. It's these millennials. They don't want to talk to people. They're scared.
Yeah, have you found that with people coming on your course that they've just stopped picking up the phone like they used to?
I had one person who refused to make any calls
On the course?
on the course.
Wow,
And
okay.
he sat and he watched. And in that course, we booked, I think, about 30 odd market appraisals. We won
That's free
20
valuations to people up north.
got 20 instructions on the day, and we created 100 opportunities.
Wow, and he wasn't one of them.
What do you call an opportunity?
An opportunity is finding a landlord who you think has only got one property and has got 10, 15. They've got an empire.
'Cause you-
they've got a
right.
kingdom.
Right.
Yes.
Or as I was
Yeah.
told this week, it's now a universe.
Okay.
How many is a universe?
More than one.
It's two shed loads. Two shed loads.
Two shed loads is a universe. Yeah, I'm with you.
But there's so many opportunities.
You use that golden one line. I'd love to say it, but then no one will come in the course then.
Exactly.
It's
But
like a
I'll tell you what,
boom.
I'm going to check here. Okay, how many listeners you've actually got?
Okay.
So
We've got a little test.
a little test. So if anybody wants to send me a message,
Right.
okay, and ask me what that one-liner is, I will give it to them.
Free of charge.
Free of charge.
How do they contact you?
That's a good question. So Stephen at sjbconsultancy.co.uk. There you go.
Okay, we'll do that then.
Is that Stephen with a P?
That's Stephen with a PH. So give me a call,
And what-
or you're very welcome to call me 07976 297 634.
Dude.
Yeah.
Will it make him a bit more of this?
Do it again for me. Do it again. Yes.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
Well,
That's,
that'd be an interesting test. Is that a test because sometimes in the past you've tried to give away stuff and people don't take you up on your offer, or?
I've had this conversation with 3 or 4 people this week, actually.
Really, yeah.
And there's
With
a
me
lot of-
about 10 minutes ago.
yeah, with you about 10 minutes ago. And there's a lot of people that add fantastic value and are giving loads and loads and loads. And actually, what I see is the people that take action, so pick up the phone, make the calls, and implement stuff. They're the ones that see the great results and have the great outcomes.
Right.
And it's no surprise. And the agents out there, and you know who you are,
Yeah.
because you're doing it consistently.
Why do you think that is? Because I mean, I offered to send 20 free templates on how to write articles about your local property
people
market.
can still have those, right?
Yeah. Send an email to
Christopher at christopherwatkin.co.uk.
Well, I think if you would have sent 30, you would have got to take up. 23 is just an odd number. So I would
Maybe you should
start-
send 20.
It is actually. It's somewhere around there. But Stephen, I offered to send. I've been sending these out to. I think I've sent them out to about 150, 160 estate agents, letting agents in the last 2 years. These free templates, so they can write their own articles, because everyone can't afford my services to ghostwrite articles about the local town. And then I check back and obviously go onto Google and see if they're posting them. And I reckon no more than 5%, and I'm being generous, actually do anything with them.
Okay. And it's the same for people who've got this massive database on their system.
True.
People who've bought through you. Can I ask you a question?
Of course,
Do you
yeah.
own a property?
I don't actually know.
Okay.
Chris does.
Chris!
Hey!
I own a
Do
property.
you own a property?
I do.
Good to hear.
Yes,
And how long have you lived there? And how long have you lived there for?
It goes on a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does go on a bit, that one. Yeah, don't press the clap. We've lived there. Well, I've lived there with my wife for about 10 years.
Okay. And did you buy the property through an estate agent?
Well, she did.
Okay.
Because I had a property.
She being the cat's mother.
My wife had the property.
Okay. What's your wife's name?
Michelle.
Okay. So
Hello.
hello, Michelle.
And
Michelle,
I owned a property in Newark-on-Trent, which is the next town over. Michelle owned a house in
like
Grantham. It's very nice. Visit. It's
Got Waitrose.
and a castle.
Or a
Castle.
castle.
if you can pronounce that.
No, there's no Waitrose
No
in
Waitrose
Grantham.
in
We've got Sam Michelle, Marks and Spencer's, food hall.
I'm
So
gonna have to come back here for my crumble a bit later.
nice.
Okay.
So we had 2 properties, and I became an accidental landlord in the crash. That's a real thing, right?
Okay.
Accidental landlord in the crash. So put a tenant in and moved in with my wife. But she used an estate agent to purchase.
Good, we got there in the end, didn't we?
Context.
How long are we filming this for? Right.
We cut that bit out.
No, we're not cutting that.
Is that
bit
the
out.
soft bit? Come on.
That's the story. People like a story.
Cut to the chase.
So Michelle bought the property 10 years ago. She bought it through an agent.
Yes.
How many calls has Michelle had, telephone calls, from that estate agent?
None. None.
Okay.
This is serious.
So, presumably most estate agents want higher fees and customer loyalty.
Yeah.
Why should they get higher fees and customer loyalty when they're not keeping in contact?
They don't. They
What's the
don't.
point of picking the phone up? People don't move for 15 years. That's a waste of a phone call.
Well, that's true, but actually, joking.
Don't call me Ashley.
Actually, no, we were looking at moving, and yeah, we were looking at properties. We kind of keep an eye on the house prices, but we never get a call. We never get a call from any agent. We do get the odd.
Cut to the
flyer.
chase, SGB. Time is ticking.
So, are you in your dream property at the moment?
No.
Okay. So, if you were to tell me what your dream property was, if I was to go out and find it, would you move?
Ooh, if I could afford it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. When can I come round to have a look at your property? I'm in your road tomorrow at 1 or 4.
Perfect. 4 o'clock, because I'd like to know
Fantastic.
what my house is worth. I actually have an interest.
Tell you what, that was smooth as a mink copies.
There you go.
That's how you get.
See you tomorrow at
Yeah,
4
but
o'clock.
But that
Perfect.
might be a waste of time. But it might not be.
But it might be a waste of time. It could be a waste of time.
Hold on.
But you don't know, do you?
You don't know, do you? How many times have we been out to evaluation and she thought was a waste of time and has converted?
It's all about asking the right questions. It's all about. So we talk about purple bricks being disruptive.
Yeah.
Why aren't agents being disruptive when
Yeah.
they make the calls? You know, because if that's not your dream home, you will end up moving.
Plus, also, I'm
If you can afford it.
agreeing
If I can
with you,
afford it.
Stephen, is that's not an
fact.
intrusive. It's not an intrusive
No.
cold call trying to sell you something, is it? It's like, hi, we've actually done business in the past.
Yeah.
Just a couple of quick questions.
But there is, but
It's a warm call, and that's the thing. Most people are afraid. And can I come back to answer your question
Push
about the
Yeah.
23 articles? Most people will come up with excuses, you know, why they can't do it. And one of the things that they wanted to chat about, Eric, and one of the speakers said, it's either time management or choice management, and you have a choice. So everybody's got the same amount of seconds, minutes, hours in a day,
True.
but they choose to do what's more important. So to me, if you're an estate agent or letting agent, the most important thing is business generation.
Yes, yeah.
Without market appraisals, your stuff.
You're like a shark.
but that's
You've got to
every
move forward.
business, Stephen.
No,
That's
of
every
course it
business.
is. But how many businesses then are spending at least a minimum 1 hour every day generating new business?
Well, unless they, well, few I would think.
Yeah, and everybody wants to grow their business and be more successful. So, you know, my top tip. Do I have anything for that? Top
Yeah,
tip?
top tip.
Have you got a drum roll?
Got a drum roll?
We'll add one now.
No, hang on, I've got a drum roll. There's a drum roll. It is.
Put it close up to my
there.
coat.
Top tip is.
Can't remember now.
There's your top tip.
That's me trying to soar the eagles, and I'm going to run around with you turkeys.
But no,
We got a turkey
but going
last
back, to that,
What's your top tip?
going back though to
Pick up the phone.
pick up the phone.
Take up the phone.
Schedule it in your diary for 1 hour every day.
Right.
And JFDI.
JFDI.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, but going back to that point, you know, there will be thousands, if not tens of thousands of people like me who actually don't even know what the value of their property is. You know, if you've bought your property 10 years ago, I can't tell you now. You know, and everyone likes to say it's the biggest on the street, it's got the nicest garden, blah, 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 blah. But
Yours got a hot tub.
it does.
Yeah.
And a gym in the garage.
We're on our way after the
and
show.
it's double extended. You know what I mean? Downstairs, brilliant.
Double extended.
But no, I mean in all
Crumble on the table. That's
well,
what
in all seriousness.
Come on, England.
In
cut
all,
to the
no, but
chase.
in all seriousness, most people genuinely don't know what the value of their property is.
Yeah.
And if they did know, if an agent actually bothered, because we actually had our property valued about 5 years ago, and the agent didn't even step in the house. They drove past the house.
Second gear valuation. Dropped it down from
Yeah.
phone.
And said it's on this street.
Okay.
It looks like this from the front. That's what the value is. They've never even stepped in the
Good
house.
stuff. Good stuff. Right, let's move on because I tell you what.
Sorry, time's ticking.
Time is ticking.
Let's just quickly find out what's happening in the market nationwide.
Steve says, sell, sell, sell.
Thanks, Steve.
Cheers, Steve.
So going back to
Run that by me.
Edgeware, Posse, Steve.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Big fan of the show.
so we're going to drop in a little film, Stephen, with Troy, aren't we?
Yeah, let's do that because we don't know who the hell Troy is, but then probably Steve can tell us who Troy is.
Should we find out?
Troy Malcolm, big in the game in Australia.
Are there any tips that you can give? What makes you so disciplined?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey guys, g'day from Australia, alright? The most cliche term, g'day, down under. Guys, I think it all starts with setting up your week in an ideal fashion.
Yeah.
So by doing that, you're going to allocate set chunks of time where you can focus on small activities to get the greatest result. We call it an ideal week. Some people like to say they have AM energy and PM energy. AM is everything in the office, and by having that focus of being in the office, you can also prepare yourself to succeed. Now, the numbers of calls, the connects and everything, I would say measure those results, because we know what gets measured actually gets managed, and if you don't measure those results, you don't really start to see the success or maybe where you're struggling. The third part of it, and the most important part, is to know your client. The third part, and again, I'll re-emphasize that, know your client, not just as a transactional value, but really understand who they are and what their needs are. We have a strategy here in Australia, and I'm sure you guys have exactly the same. It's about creating clients for life. Now, one client, one transaction is great. Imagine if that client was actually 11 transactions for your business over the the period of 10 years. That's a significant income for the individual salesperson, but it also gives that autonomy that they will go away and then tell everyone how great you are as a salesperson. If you have those three things in your business and have a continual focus on that, you will start to see the dividends of your work. Now, the way you can measure that is by getting a great peer partner and saying to them, hey, how'd you go this week? Are you on track, off track? But the consistency, the frequency, knowing your client and having a really clear ideal week is the three best strategies to really create momentum in the real estate market.
That is perfect. Thank you so much for sharing. And it's been a pleasure meeting you. Thank
Absolute
you for showing
pleasure.
around.
Guys, we're going to be here. I'm going to be coming over to see you in the next 12 months. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the office. Until next time, bye from Down Under.
You heard it here first.
G'day, mate.
Love that.
Nice.
Put a few snags on the barbie. So who was that then? Was that
I
like
sent that to Tom Panos. The look that Tom Panos gave.
He loved it.
Yeah, you're right on there,
Troy
Chris.
is the good-looking one on the $1 Million Agent
Sure.
podcast.
Okay.
He's with Tom Panos,
Yeah.
friend of Chris.
Sir Tom.
Friend of Chris.
Sir
And-
Tom Panos.
And John McGrath, who produced the podcast weekly. Interesting story with Troy. He was the John McGrath chauffeur 17
really?
years
Wow.
ago, and he's now head of learning and development at McGrath.
Wow.
And when we went out there, we have the privilege at Eric to not only listen to 32 fantastic speakers, but Luke, another friend of the show,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Luke
Sean
Sinclair.
Adams, Shalom.
Shalom.
Okay. Three of us went out, and also Alec.
All
Evans
expenses paid, I
and
bet.
Adam, yeah, by my business. Yeah. Generosity would never. And we saw about 6 or 7 fantastic agents out there, and a lot of them had started there.
Did you learn? I bet you learned more from those than you did from Eric, did you?
Yes. Yeah.
Because they're on the ground doing it, and
Yeah, and
They're not talking the talk, they're
no,
walking the walk.
You know, we sat there, and one of the guys, we sat there and we listened to him prospect and get on the phone. And the thing with the Aussie agents, they were so relentless. We talk about prospecting.
Yeah.
The ones we met were on it. Bang,
Really?
bang, bang, bang.
and they
bang,
built
bang,
that into
bang.
part of their day.
And it's part of their day. And you know, the ones we went to see, 7:30 in the morning, they were there.
Right.
Their whole day had been set up with them. They knew exactly what
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
going to do. They were on the phone. They were making the calls. They were getting in. They were seeing people.
Getting the results as well.
They speak to their clients every day.
Awesome.
Okay, so they're giving them.
So
vendor
why are the
management
Aussies
and
different to the
everything.
Brits then?
Really.
Because I mean, you must have that wonderful course, Turn Your Data into Gold.
Yep.
I bet everyone doesn't carry on with it, does it? It's just a bit. It's a bit like our video course. We challenge people. We'll say half of you in this room won't do anything with it.
Yeah.
I don't know which half will be.
There's some good stuff going on at the minute though. Nick Ponty's kicking in some serious
Oh yeah,
ass.
big fan Nick Ponty.
Massive
Loving your
fan.
Casey Neistat
Massive
style
fan of Nick
videos.
Yeah.
Ponty. But if
And
you want
you
to
on
take it
your
to the
knees.
next level, give us a ring.
Okay, so again, it comes back down to: is it fear of change, fear of what people think about you, laziness?
It is fair, and again, one of the things is just done beats perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the same with videos.
Yeah.
Just go out
Yeah,
and
yeah.
make the videos.
Yeah, because perfect never gets done, does it?
Yeah.
Doesn't.
No.
Cool.
Too
Right.
unattainable.
Hand me the fez.
Oh,
Hold on, no.
no.
You've got something to plug.
Plug.
We need a
Plug.
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 You need a golden plug.
Okay.
Troy's coming over from Australia.
Troy is coming over
Right.
from Australia. He's
Awesome.
going to be here on the 8th of January.
Good stuff.
Get in
He's
the
going to
diary.
be doing 2 sessions, one in the morning, 10 to 1, and one in the afternoon, 2 to 5. And he's going to be sharing what he does, how he inducts his.
Where's it going to be?
repertoire.
How do people get us in, and how much does it cost?
My word, so many questions. Okay.
And the gift that keeps giving.
It's because I've got agents coming through up and down the country.
Yeah.
It's in Birmingham.
All right,
so
central.
It's the
That's central, yeah.
Crown Plaza NEC.
Oh, it's nice there.
Do you want to go
the-
for, should we go for lunch?
You
Yeah.
can. The lunch is nice. The staff there are amazing.
Awesome.
They've got a great question they ask. Are we delivering 10 out of 10 service? And everyone wears a badge, and it's absolutely everywhere.
Awesome.
So it's great. He is the investment for the session is £150 plus
Investment.
that.
That's a cracking line.
Yeah.
Save that
So
one.
is it a full day, 150 quid?
No, it's for 3 hours, so it's either AM or PM.
Still good.
Thank you. And he's going to be sharing ideas and thoughts on prospecting, on listing, on communication, on vendor management.
Does that include
Right.
your lunch, Stephen?
I tell you what, include some pastries, and if you're lucky, I may even throw
Bit of crumble.
teas
Teas
and
and
coffee.
coffees. Ideal.
Crumble, I can't promise.
Generosity
if
to
it
a
was,
T.
if it was Friday night and not on a Sunday,
Okay,
and
is there
not on
a-
a Tuesday,
Do you have a, is there a link that we could put here?
yeah, the link is there. So there you go.
Wow.
Yeah, we should have.
Gonna have to do something
We
sexy.
should have a
with
noise. Hang on. Is there a noise for? Is there a noise
Make
for?
sure you put it there.
No, that's not.
That's a shit noise.
What noise can we have for a link? No, that's not.
that. You can't be laughing at the link.
No. Maybe.
Hey, we're a,
We could just cut this bit out. Dig it.
we're a video company. We could come up with something better after this. Yeah,
need
like
it-
a
we need it.
swish.
that noise. That's the noise we need.
Bring back
Hang on.
Nigel Mansell.
There we go.
He did do a good car noise.
There we go.
So, a
It
little
was
bit of
impressive.
Q&A now. So,
Okay,
people write into the show, email in.
Hand me the
Facebook
fez.
in.
Da-da-da.
Oh no!
We've got a tasseltastrophe. It's a nightmare. Okay, well, it can go under the fez. The fez.
You're looking good.
The fez is.
You're looking
The
good.
fez. Look, it's
You
tasselless.
can't get the props these days, can
I know, we
you?
have to go back to the raw
Oh
drive.
man.
Okay, hold on.
Okay,
Questions for the show.
this week's questions for Ask the Prop Show.
From made up
First-
name.
No, it's real questions.
It's real, keep telling you.
Real questions. So, question 1 is for.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, live one.
Live question.
You produce some amazing newsletters,
Yes.
and there's some incredible stats. If you know, I'd love to use your services. Great. Where'd you get all these great stats from?
Well, there's a website called the Office of National Statistics.
ONS.
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 I've heard that.
Okay, so they've got lots of stats which go down to council level and even postcode level. The census, that was 2011, but they were released in 2014 and still relevant.
Yep.
Zoopla is fantastic. Go to Zoopla and you click on the house prices, type in your area, and there's lots of sexy numbers there that you can use. But here's a top tip for you. It's not a case of just going with numbers.
Hang on, what's the top tip? Hang on. Top tip.
Top tip. Compare and contrast. This is what's happening in this area, and this is what's happening in our neighbouring area. Okay?
Good tip.
All right? Don't just say this is what's happening. Boring as hell. And if you are going to compare and contrast, say why the difference is. But you could say, well, what if it's wrong? Because people might say, that's wrong. Well, you could say one of the reasons could be this, but there could be other reasons covering
Okay.
your backside.
Awesome.
And remember, if you want the 23 articles, rewind the video back to the other bit, and you've got the things there.
Yeah, so also, second question is for Stephen Brown.
Hey!
Prospecting.
Yes.
Just giving you my tips. You want more?
I want more.
Don't be greedy.
I want more tips. Give us two. Give us
Top tips.
Okay, give us the first one. Obviously, we've had is pick up the bloody telephone.
Okay.
Give us 2 more top tips.
What gets scheduled gets done.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Time management.
Stick it in your diary.
It's a bit
Yeah.
boring, mate.
Do it first.
It's
thing.
real though.
I know it is.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
so
but,
true.
but people don't do it.
No, they
You know,
don't.
people will find an excuse
Yep.
not to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So schedule it into your diary. If you're going on a market appraisal,
Yeah.
okay, you're going to turn up.
Yeah,
True.
Push bar. Yeah.
Yeah. You're going on a viewing. You're going to turn up.
Push bar, yeah.
Why?
Because you scheduled it.
because you meet
Okay,
someone.
so scheduled it in your diary.
Right.
Is that
to
tip
make-
two?
to make
Do you
it
think
happen.
it's accountability that the bosses don't know what the frontline people are doing?
No, some of them do. Some of them do. Some of them will ask for their numbers. So ideally, you want to measure what's going on. You
Okay.
want to measure how many calls you make, how many contacts you physically get.
Is it accountability then? Awareness? What you know?
It's just doing it. I think what it is people fear being rejected. They fear somebody saying, "Oh, you know, I don't want." Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Rejection. Again.
But it's about knowing what you're going to say on the call. It's about adding value. So it's about, you talk about you giving that information on what's going on in the market. Well, you're curious to know. So if any particular properties have come up for sales or rent in your area, would you like to know about it?
Yeah, and I wouldn't be alone, would I, Steve?
Not at all.
Most people would like to know.
You may have family or friends that actually want to move near you.
Yeah.
So if you're calling people and you're letting know as soon as a property comes on their road, and would they be interested to know what actually happens?
Yeah.
Most people are curious. Yes, please give us a call.
Yeah.
Some people will say no.
But that's not getting me business now.
Cool. So this is top tip number 3.
Hey, you're just the gift that keeps giving.
Okay. It's for the long term.
Cool. Okay.
Well, we've talked about this
It's
before.
a long term. It's a long game.
game.
Okay,
It
so
is playing
we're
the
going to
long
do
game.
these. We're going to put these on screen now. So what is tip 1?
Pick up the phone.
Tip 2.
Tip 2 is schedule. What gets scheduled gets done.
And tip 3.
Tip 3 is wake Chris up.
I don't know.
It's a long game.
I tell you what.
The long game.
So you guys out there know, Chris and I, Property Video Solutions, we do a series.
Is that the end of
films. That's the end of Ask Questions. Sadly retired.
Well, I'll have to
Until next week.
I'll have to get a new fez.
The
Or a bit
budget,
of
the budget will
the
stretch.
budget will stretch to some sticky tape.
So yeah, we make a series, as you know, of hashtag love films. So Sheffield, Chelmsford, Exeter, all over the place. Now, chatted to Stephen this morning before we came in here, and he's actually started a series of films himself called hashtag Why I Love Being an Estate Agent.
It's a little bit similar, wouldn't you think?
But
There's something called R&D. You heard about
Research and
R&D?
development.
Yes.
Okay, so
Rip off and duplicate.
Yeah.
okay, so who are we going to show
Swine.
now? Who are we going to show now?
Andy Overman.
Andy Overman of Chilterns.
Yes.
Okay.
Take a look at this.
Hi, thanks for joining me, Andrew Overman of Chilterns. I've been tasked by my good friend and mentor Stephen Brown of SJB Consultancy to answer the question, why do I love being an estate agent? Take today, for example. I'm out here in a Wayland village filming for clients. Beautiful setting. She's an author. She's given me a signed first edition of her book, Too Close. Thanks for that, Gail. It's a really poignant day for me today because it marks the 25th anniversary of my estate agency career, which started on Friday, the 23rd of July, 1993. Why do I love the industry? Simple. I love making people's dreams come true. I'm a service provider. I make people's dreams happen. Despite all of the advances of modern technology, despite all of the evolution, the internet, mobile phones within our industry, the one thing at the very core of everything that we do is people. And I'm a people person. It's thanks to our customers and people like you that I still enjoy the industry as much today as the very first day I joined. Thank you.
Okay, I like those. Yeah,
But
I like those.
would this profile be improved by a hashtag love?
Hashtag love.
Yeah, see? They could go hand in hand, Stephen, could they
I'm
not?
sure they can. I'm sure they
Perfect.
can.
Okay, so what do you want the estate agents of the world to do?
I am, and I'm sure loads of people out there are particularly frustrated about the perception of estate agents.
Yeah, well, loads of people have said that. Sally Lawson said that. Matt Giggs has said that. John Paul has said that.
And what I like to do is, I know there's so many fantastic, inspiring estate agents out there who do an unbelievable job. And I just think it'd be great to let's go out and let's tell people, why you actually love being an estate agent.
And aspire.
What you actually do. Because I think most people actually think all you do is put a property on Rightmove.
That's right.
And that's it.
Sally Lawson was saying that as well the other week, and there's all those videos are on Chris's YouTube channel. If you want to go and have a look at them, they're brilliant. Sally is amazing. So, but she was saying about the evolution of lettings as well as sales. Having gone from this time where it was landlords wanted sticker in window, people would come to you. And then all of a sudden, it's now rules, regs, having to know this, having to know that, health and safety, asbestos, legionnaires, all these other things have been added. And, on what's happened is that letting agent has absorbed all of that additional work, and in a lot of cases hasn't added cost to it. But
Added value,
added
but not
value, but the perception is exactly as you say.
You were listening to the video.
I was listening to it. But what the perception is the landlord comes in, they go, here's a property, and you just go, okay, I'll find someone to live in it, and that's it.
And that's it. I mean, look, I was doing a training course yesterday, and one of the delegates actually was a landlord, and he had 16 properties.
Is that a universe?
Yeah, that's the universe. Yeah, that's another kingdom and an empire.
He's up there, look, Dar.
Luke, I am your father. I am your landlord.
Yeah.
Section
And
21
I started
this
talking
one.
to him about the 170
Yeah.
different acts of legislation because he self-manages it.
Yeah.
And he didn't know about it. So I said, okay, so would you like now to have a managing agent on your property? So, well, actually, yeah, I've seriously got to consider it.
Yeah.
Okay? But that's because agents aren't having that conversation.
Yeah.
And likewise, most people think, oh, all you do is put the property on Rightmove, and there's 50 or 60.
We don't tell the story as an
Exactly.
industry how bad it is to be a letting agent. I mean, there's a lot of agents out there that are finding it really tough out there at the moment. You know, it's really hard, and it's okay not to be doing okay, is it? Would you not say?
I think there are so many opportunities in this market. So I think it's mindset. I think it's actually about you knowing who's in the market to buy. I think it's you disrupting people because people will move. People still need to move. You know, people get divorced. People
Luke
move.
Sinclair said that.
People move jobs.
Yeah.
So there are so many reasons, but there are people who will move.
Yep.
So you will move.
Eventually, I will move.
If the price is right today, you will move.
Yeah.
So
If
to
someone
me, it's
rings
asking
me.
about the right questions. It's knowing who your buyers are, and it's going out and focusing.
Is that
on
your
people
message to
who
the
wanna
agents that
buy.
are finding it really tough, that probably they need to change their mindset?
Yeah.
Change your mindset. Go back to basics. Do the things that you should be doing day out.
How
day
do they
out.
do that though? Because you can look very in on yourself.
3 top tips. Pick up the phone.
Pick up the phone.
Pick up the phone. You know,
Schedule it in.
and get the work done. JFDI.
And think you're not going to get results in the first week.
Okay,
It's right, go along.
invest. So let's take Arik. Okay, Arik had 4,000 people there. Okay, they invested in themselves. So their bosses didn't pay for them. They paid to go
The negs and the
for
valuers.
2 days of training.
And it's not cheap.
And it,
Gosh, I don't know.
Don't use that word. Inexpensive.
Inexpensive.
okay, and it was a
Good
long way.
value.
It was a long way for me to go, but it was a worthwhile
Yeah,
investment.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I learnt so much. But you know, so again, if you want to, so if I'm a negotiator out there, if I'm a lister out there, wherever I'm starting, if I'm a junior out there, I would don't wait for your bosses to invest.
Yeah.
Invest in yourself. And in fact, there's so much stuff on YouTube.
Oh.
There's so many podcasts that you can listen to. So, you know, if you want to be the best, and actually there's so many shortcuts to success now.
Yeah.
So if it was me, go and find who do you think is the best UK agent, okay, out there, whoever it is. Go, pick up the phone and say, could I spend a day with you and could I shadow you?
See what they
And
say.
most people will do that.
Yeah.
I mean, in Australia, I couldn't believe they allowed us to spend 3 hours, spend the day with them, spend 3 hours with them, get on, listen to how they would do it. We interviewed them, we asked them questions, and they were really willing to give their time and do that. And I'm sure there's loads of fantastic industry people out there who will be happy to
People
do
love
that.
their opinion to be asked.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But there's such a shortcut to success now. You know, speak to people that have been through this market. You know, a lot of people haven't been through what we're going through now. You know, I've been through it a number of times.
Right,
But
yeah.
go and pick people's brains. What would you do if you were me in this circumstance?
Don't ask, don't get.
Okay. Don't be reactive, be proactive. And again, there's so many opportunities. Just go out and make the most of every opportunity you have.
Like you said, the internet, there's just so much stuff on there, like more than you can consume. I mean, I don't know what the stat is on amount of hours of video uploaded every day, but like Stephen was saying, just go and find someone in the local area.
But here is a stat: 85% of the entire internet will be video content by 2020.
Okay. The interesting thing is that I've got a Facebook group of about 1,200 agents in it, and I'm constantly saying, if you want to pick my brain or email me or ring me,
Pick up the phone.
do you know how many do that?
Very few.
That one a month?
Yeah.
And it's a genuine offer.
It's because you're so hard to get on with.
No, it's
So
just
hard
I
to
want to
talk to.
help.
Yeah, and
we all want to make a difference. All
Yeah.
those things.
Of course we do. Of course we
Okay,
do.
look, it's a-
Well, we're the
it's a-
same. We have people
Look,
ring
it's
us.
what this show's about. It's about adding value,
Of course it
giving tips to people.
course it is.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
stuff.
And then the
And it's
ones
free.
out there
FOC.
are
Yeah.
the ones that
FOC.
implement it and do
He's
it.
not been a
Yeah.
bad. He's not been bad, has he? He's not been. Tell what, marks out of 10 for a.
He's upper echelon
Solid.
of show guests so far.
Solid
yeah.
guess.
I don't get 15.
No.
Well, that doesn't exist.
Okay, I
Depends if you
think,
get places on a call.
I think we're about there, aren't we? Let's just have a quick look, looking off camera at the thing. Next time, could you put the thing a little bit closer to the lens so we're not obviously looking over? Let's be a bit more professional about this.
We have a list of things to talk about. Jeez.
Yes, we
How much
could-
more professional can you get?
Yeah, but not off at 30 degrees.
Right.
You're supposed to memorise them before the cameras come on.
Okay
Yeah,
then.
okay.
Right, should we?
Should we finish the show?
I think
Yeah.
we'll finish the show. So
Stephen,
thanks,
thanks for
thanks
coming
a
in.
million.
Yeah,
It's been great to see
Thank
you.
you.
full
Great
of
to
top
see
tips.
you.
And,
Yeah.
I hope someone implements out there.
Well,
And,
if only one person does it, it makes it worthwhile.
Absolutely. So that's it, boys.
So you know what to say now, don't you?
See you later, guys, and
Shalom!
Shalom, roll for QT.